It's your girl Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Shout Time Shaw.
And it's 6 o'clock, so it's time to
Pull up.
Every Monday here on DFWIRadio.com, we talk
Sports, news, hip hop.
We don't talk about people.
We just give you facts about the culture.
Mr. Shaw, your new favorite segment of the day. What happened?
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Dak Prescott got paid 4 years, 160 mil. So that averages out to 40 something a year. Cool.
Oh yeah, well, real quick, I'm off camera, but I'm the lonely producer in the corner. 126 million guaranteed.
You got paid. He got paid like he asked and he wanted to produce now.
Yes,
all right, you gotta produce. You got your money. You got Patrick paid, almost Patrick paid, but you got the deal. I feel like you deserve. I still think he shouldn't have got more than Russell Wilson. I just don't believe no one, because Russell Wilson, this contract he got to ask 40, but that's a different story. But Dak finally got his money. Dak got paid. So the Cowboys now have to look at what all they have to do to win games.
Also has no trade clause. No trade clause.
I didn't know Russell Wilson needs. There's no Russell Wilson for the Cowboys. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about that last week. Great point. Great conversation. Dak Prescott got paid. What does that ultimately mean for the Dallas Cowboys?
They need to start looking at the defense and taking care of that, and building toward being the best team they could be at this point. Because, my personal opinion, the Cowboys could be a whole lot better if they step up their defense. You got to step up your defense at this point. Yeah, you score with anybody. If you can stop somebody.
We putting up down to 40 and still losing.
Yeah. If you score 40 points and still losing, it's your defense. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about quarterback. You got your receivers. You might have to pay Michael Gallup, but if you lose Gallup, you got CeeDee Lamb, right? So you need to take care of your defense now. That's all the Cowboys need to worry about. Take care of their defense.
So we talked about it, and I said I was very clear that I didn't want Russell Wilson in Dallas to hinder his growth and development as a quarterback and an activist.
As an activist, he was going to do him regardless, but as an activist, I felt you.
And so with that, we know Russell Wilson, Dallas is off the list. What most people wanted for the Cowboys was they needed a quarterback, right? You got pieces, you have offensive weapons to produce a total offense. But what does that look like? Is Kellen Moore the guy? So now you have Dak Prescott. What type of offense does Dak Prescott need to be in to be effective? Because we've talked about it before. Tom Brady gets what Tom Brady wants. Ben Roethlisberger has also gotten paid during this off season. These quarterbacks that are established, they're getting what it is that they need in offensive systems that let them flourish. What kind of offense needs to be ran here in Dallas for Dak Prescott to be successful, Mr. Shaw?
I feel like the Cowboys offense is catered around Dak, and the only thing Dak could play calling is suspect. They got nothing to do with Dak.
And that's what I'm saying.
They run plays built for Dak. Again, Zeke got to give you his all. He wasn't third this year. When Dak was healthy, Zeke wasn't playing good ball. We'll know what the case may be. But as far as the Cowboys go, I'm not saying your defense. Until your defense can stop somebody, I can't really pay attention to anything else. Until you can stop somebody defensively, they can't stop nobody. If you give them up 30-plus points, it don't matter what your offense look like, you got to score 31 points to win the game.
So you're saying additional pieces on defense. You said it's not about the offense at this point. No. You're saying that the offense, there are some pieces that we know that the play calling has got to be developed around Dak Prescott's skill set, and Ezekiel Elliott has to come to perform every game. But the defensive side of the ball also needs to pick up some additional pieces.
Step up the like to the max. Like they got to get that all the way together.
Okay. But what does it look like? Who's available for the Cowboys to pick up?
Defensively?
Correct.
At this point, you got to build through the draft. Yeah, there's nobody saving you on the defense end. You gotta do that through the draft.
Right, but we're also saying at this point with the draft, you get young pieces. So when we go strictly in the NFL off of the draft, we've got young defensive backs that are coming in because we know Dallas is always limited there. On top of the defensive backs, we're also looking at the linebacker position. We know Sean Lee has stayed around. He's great coaching, not necessarily a quality piece at this point because he's old.
But but my thing is there aren't many big names. There aren't big free agent name signings at this point. For me, like who was the last big free agent defensive like last summer? The past 2 summers, the Seahawks went out defensively and got big names: Jadeveon Clowney and Jamal Adams. Jadeveon Clowney left, right? Who said Jamal Adams is going to stay if Russell Wilson don't want to be there, right? So my thing is, you don't need to look to find you you don't need to look out there for this is going to be the piece. No, it's not. It's not like that. I don't see the defense being that. You just need good pieces. You need to draft well. That's what teams do. Teams draft well. You have to draft well to build your team up.
Okay, so you're saying that
the NBA built our free agent signing. The NFL ain't that. Tom Brady won a free agent signing. He was traded, correct?
He was traded. You're right.
Right. It don't be. Who was the last big free agent signing in the NFL? Deion Sanders. That's how far back we got to go. There has not been a defensive signing that was monumental since Deion.
Well, Khalil Mack, the Khalil Mack move.
He was traded.
Big.
He was traded.
Well, he was traded. You're right.
Yeah. Listen, think about it. Free agency is defense do not have the free agency popping. Nobody's saying, "Oh, he's a free agent. We need to rush to his door." No. Right? With defense, no. Right? They gonna have a pick where they want to go. That's how it happens. So again, if you're trying to build your team up or you're trying to have a good the Eagles tried a few years ago. Big name. No, build your team up.
But how much time does Dallas have to utilize this, right? Because
4 more years. You just signed that for 4 years.
So you think that it's gonna take 4 years for the Cowboys to get to the pinnacle of where they need to be? Because you're saying the defensive pieces that are needed need to be acquired through the draft.
You might be able to find a couple players on the defense that can fit in, but you're not going to get a big name. There's not going to be a big name to say your defense, right?
And you don't think Dallas, even when a big name becomes available, can pick up a big name?
No.
Not a chance in hell.
No, I mean, Cowboy, what was the last? Deion. What was the last big signing for the Cowboys?
This baby keeps saying Deion. Deion, a whole coach of Jackson State.
T.O. I thought T.O.
Who?
T.O. The last big Cowboy free agent signing. The Cowboys don't have big free agent signing. They don't have Greg Hardy. He ain't do nothing. He ain't produce.
Well, while we're talking, I got on my big shirt because March 9th is tomorrow. So I just thought about that as I was looking down. Salute to Big because we talk sports news and hip hop. And I think I skipped that part today because we got right into the breaking news. Here on DFWI Radio.
They say, hey, we got breaking news. I need y'all to go in with that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we went in with breaking news, so we skipped that part. But because we talk sports news and hip hop, we've given you that. If you're just tuning in, the Dallas Cowboys have paid Dak Prescott. So it is official for the next 4 years. Dak Prescott will be the Dallas Cowboys quarterback for the next 4 years. We will see how that goes. So today's episode was set up to be a tribute to hip hop per se, sneaker culture. Why did I say hip hop? I'm thinking big sneaker culture.
I think the sneaker culture and hip hop intertwine.
Yeah, they do. And so, like I said, tomorrow is March 9th. We know that the notorious B.I.G. was assassinated, gunned down, basically assassinated. And those who listen to Big, make sure you check out some Big. We are talking sneaker culture. And the reason that we're talking sneaker culture today is because last week, after the show, we had breaking news. We had breaking news basically after the show ended where the VP of Nike had to resign.
Oh, yeah. Her son was plugged. And I'm looking for a shoe plug because I had one, but we ain't even going to do all of that. Still waiting on some refunded money. You know, y'all be... Listen, before we go into that, everybody play your role, bro.
Mr. Shaw's gonna get off topic again. Go ahead.
Play your role, right? If you go like everybody want to be a plug, everybody not built to be a plug, right? You got plugs, you got extension cords, you got sockets. You might be an extension cord. Don't call yourself a plug. You a plug when you have access to everything. I'm not off topic. He was a shoe plug because he had access to everything. The one thing Glenda taught me, you can bring it around full circle. Okay? Now, don't be off topic, baby. Weird. Stop saying you a plug when you just the extension cord.
Well, the reason that we're talking sneaker culture is because, as you said, the vice president of Nike, son, was officially a plug. Guys, as we are getting started, we have a guest that's coming in to join us today. My guy Chuck G is gonna get in here and join us on this conversation.
You still in Cali?
No. So first of all, we're gonna talk, Mr. Shaw. What did you? So he was the plug. Did you go in and look at his IG page?
Well, he had everything. I'm not talking. He had hundreds. Like he probably was getting more than stores was getting. You know what I'm saying? Like the stores probably getting one pair of two to three pairs of 13s. He probably had 10, 15, 13. Or he had access to whatever he wanted. He was a plug, right? Chuck G, what it do?
What up?
Negro Diamonds.
So, Chuck G, we are talking. Y'all forgive me for my camera. I'm trying to get it. It's moving. We are talking sneaker culture. We're talking the VP of Nike resigning last week due to her son being the plug and using her company credit card. Her company. I hope y'all hear me when I say this. Her company credit card to make his purchases. What were your thoughts on that?
What was his name? West Coast Joe.
Yeah, West Coast.
What was his name? West Coast Joe. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah, I thought it was par for the course. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had what's my man name for Trophy Club, Michael Jordan's son. He been accused of the same thing. You know, with the Trophy Room Jordan 1s that came out 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's par for the course. You know, we all say that, man, my daddy or my mom work for what's the name? I'll be getting it all. And he was getting it all, apparently. And I think she should have stepped down. She should have been an unlawful plug like that, giving out discounts and using the corporate credit card, because that's just cheating all the way around.
See, and that, to me, that was her issue, the corporate credit card. Like, sis, if you're going to plug your son, I'm not mad at you for giving your son opportunity to get started. You know, 10 pair, one thing. All the pairs is another thing. And I think that was the thing. And it's Ann Herbert. She'd been with the company more than 25 years. And
Yeah,
Joe Herbert, her son, he had talked to Bloomberg. So the thing is,
it showed the credit card statement.
And so, and then, you know, you act like the journalist. His job is to be a journalist. You think he didn't know who your mama was?
Mm-hmm.
But that's crazy to me. Like, did you not think you would go get caught? Did you not think you were going to have trouble? What did you think the outcome was going to be? You thought everything was going to be Gucci?
West Coast Street is the name of the IG account. Well, yeah, because he didn't. He literally
getting away with it for so long.
is a teenage white male who dropped out of college. Your mom works at Nike. She's the VP. And this didn't just start. You know, if you look at the warehouses, this kid had a warehouse in Oregon. And, oh, by the way, at first, before I dug deep into it, I was like, well, maybe she didn't know. Nah, homeboy lived at her house when he dropped out of school. Yeah. So that was her deck. That was her garage. That was her living room where he had the shoes situated.
Was plugged in. She knew what was going on. Yeah. She was an accomplice.
Yeah, she used to tell him what shoes was going to be pushed the hardest. She told him what you probably need to go buy a lot of stock of. Like, it was a story that they found. Make sure my fingers in that quotation mark. They found 4 pair of mags in an abandoned storage facility. Nobody leaves Back to the Future mags just sitting around. Those shoes go for 20 G's.
And only she would know that.
Yeah, like,
you know, and so you made that point, Chuck G, right? Any other executive for Nike would be facing legal action. Do we not believe?
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, I didn't. There was plenty of stores
And they're
coming back in the day when you can't even resell your own sneaks. And I remember people getting walked out the door for that.
They still have that issue. You know, I have a friend that works that, you know, makes it very clear that they've had the issues with the sneakers being, their discounts being used, and then the shoes going up on StockX. So, you know, he stole, like, basically, to me, you're telling me either one, he stole the card, or you gave him access to the card, which all come with charges normally.
With no charges being filed.
Your expense report is due every month.
Every month.
I have a corporate credit card. You have to give your expense report. It's just not no spending and you just pay it back. No, Nike has to pay that back.
On an American Express too. You got the good stuff.
A black card at that.
Every single month. $132,000.
And my man had bots too, and bots go for $4, $6, $7, $8 a pop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just can't get a bot to go online and get stuff. I don't know if you already explained bots just yet. I don't know.
I hadn't explained them yet.
Okay. Yeah, bots. I'm overtaking over the show. I'm sorry.
No, but you can go ahead and explain the bots.
My bad. No, bots are just things which you can get to have unfair advantage on drop day, and the bot will go in and infiltrate the website and take Candy and Cliff right here. It'll make their account go at least 1,000 times per click. So they will have their bases like 40 candies and 1,000 Cliffs in one store, and they can just buy it over and over again. You can tell that bot to keep buying every size or just your size. That's how they do it.
And so then when the rest of us are on at 9:00 and checked out at 9:00 in 3 seconds for my University Blues, they no longer available because you got these bots running.
Yeah, they snatch your card.
I need them ice cream foes.
So my thought process is, do we get in the game?
I gotta find a new shoe plug, though.
You know, do we get in the game? Do we go in on a bot?
I mean, we can. I know a person that got some.
You got some, and they can reprogram them?
Yeah.
See, that's the things that we got to start doing.
What's the ticket? Let's talk about this. Tell me the ticket. That's all I want. I don't care nothing but the ticket. That's all I want to know. What ticket? Tell me the ticket.
I'll say probably average cost with good buy is probably gonna be $6,000 to $8,000. But if you're able to flip, like he flipped $132,000 and got a $20,000 profit. So
profit. And it's not that much. And even with the Nike, like he went to the outlets. Like I try to tell people during the pandemic, when nobody
it wasn't
else was
just outlets.
No, but I'm just saying that was one of his options. He did that
he was
also.
Going to the main Nike store.
No, he went through the main distributor. Factory to get shoes. But he also went in and bought up all the shoes in Portland at the outlets and flipped those too, because he knew that they weren't moving during that time. The stores had been shut down. So product still goes into those stores, and you got to get the product out. And things that people like us, like I tell people, I go to the outlets. People go, oh no, people buy sneakers. And if they're on StockX for a decent price, you're going to sell the shoes.
Oh yeah. You're really not taking a loss if you're buying it for a discount.
So it's a game. So just to get off of her, so everybody is caught up on Nike and Ann Herbert, the VP, resigning. When did you guys fall in love with sneakers? Because this is just like hip hop. When did you fall in love with sneakers? Chuck, we'll start with you since you're our guest.
1995, Air Zoom in Dallas. We know them as the Jason Kids.
Okay.
I ran them shoes to the ground. My toes were hanging out them shoes.
Oh, that means you wore them every day.
Every other day. Every
those were your place. Those were your go to school.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I had those. This is back in the Jodeci days, so I had my boots. And then those Grand Hills, the Fila Grand Hills.
Grand Hills. Yeah, I couldn't get jiggy with the Grand Hills.
Not the triangle one. It's the one.
I've literally never owned a pair of Filas. Never.
I have.
Not my thing. So I guess I would say the first sneaker that I remember is that well, we're waiting on you to catch up. We know Wi-Fi, everybody's on it these days. But those Genius Chaos were when I was like, I gotta have sneakers. So I remember I had those, and I think they still in my mama garage because I was gonna do an encasement, and I'm probably still gonna do my encasement. But those are still in my mama's garage, and I think my original 12s, the ones that dropped in '96 because I was a freshman in high school, the Pippins and the Jordans dropped, the Jordan 12s. And the Jordan 12 is my favorite shoe. It's the most comfortable. I love the style. And to me, it was like more of it could go a girl shoe because my mom hated that we wore bulky tennis shoes. She thought they were just they lacked femininity. So for her, she just, if I had an Air Max, she was fine. But sneakers, she just was like, I don't know why you want to wear them big old bulky shoes. Mr. Shaw, what about you? When was your sneaker?
5th grade, the first GPs dropped. I ain't have them. I just, at that point, I knew I need to have money so I can get the shoes I want. And again, I need them GPs to drop again. I'm waiting on them.
Yours was with, what year was that?
Now the zips.
Oh,
the gloves.
Yeah.
I like both pair, but I like the one with zip. That was
the first one to me. That's why I said I remember the first one was the one with the belt strap.
Yeah. I like the one that zipped up.
But you must have
so did
those come out before?
It had a whole new pattern up underneath. It had something on it. I'm like, oh, okay. It was. See, me with shoes, like my Jordan fetish done reached to I'm collecting for. I got a mindset, Each month, once I'm on, I'm gonna wear a different pair of Jordans each day. So the first month I really don't like one, so they probably gonna be like my Air Max 95 month. So I'm gonna wear a different pair of Air Max 95 each day. Month 2, me and Two's not best friend, but I'm Two. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to collect my shoes at this point. Now, they went with the Oreo pattern this year. The 4s is the only one I like. The US.
Yes.
That's
the one I'm waiting on. Those, and they're gonna do the low cut 11s.
I need them. So the same month that the 4s drop, the Raging Bulls. So I got to get the Raging Bulls 5. The 4s got some like a lime green pair of 6s that come out in January.
That's all them.
Until the cool grays, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But that I'm knocking out. Like last year, I killed 5. I got my 5 game up. So for the 5th month of the year, January, February, March, April, May, I'm ready. I'm ready for May.
Not you had to count.
Yeah, I know the 11th and the 12th month. There's my birthday and the Christmas. What else? Let me count them. What may matter to me? It's gonna be hot. The only thing that's good about May is sundress season. That's it.
Because we're talking sneakers. And Mr. Shaw said, so I don't know. I just felt like you would have said the Sean Kemp's or the questions. Because you were the reason
But the questions, like, GPs drop first. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so maybe they did.
And look, and you got to think, Sean Kemp GP, it's the same. I love Reeboks. And I would have said Sean Kemp's, but the Kamikaze is something that, it was always affordable. The GPs, not to say wasn't affordable, but, my parents weren't paying. Like, you're not getting shoes like that. Right, I got these games, Christmas and my birthday. Right,
yeah,
so I just threw those shoes out. I threw those shoes out 6 years ago.
You see,
wish I would kept them.
6?
Yeah, about 6-7 years ago, I threw those shoes out. Those GPs, mine was blue and white zipper.
I like them too.
So let's talk about the sneakers, y'all. Right. So I love Jordan, but once you keep them jokers too long, they come apart at the bottom. They come all the way apart.
Depending on what year.
So my 7s, my 10s, my Space Jam 11s.
Was it original run Space Jam? Because mine came apart at the bottom too.
All original runs. And so we're talking, I want to say the Space Jam 11s, those came out in like maybe 01. Maybe it was 01. I was in school because I literally called the Galleria in Dallas. And I was like, do you have them? How long can you hold them? And I sent my mama, and it was like snow on the ground. Like, They come apart. But I think for me, y'all, the like you said, the bots have taken away the fun. Cause I used to pull up at Redbird in that line. Like
There's a
the
line.
ones
Oh
of us who
no, I
are
can do lines.
old school sneakerheads. Oh, I could be there like 6:00 in the morning, like
I didn't need it, but
outside.
not at this point. I pay that tax. I pay the tax, man.
I mean, at this point, because the world has changed and people like to trample people, but for me, it was the adrenaline rush. So standing in line to get my shoes, I was all about it.
Man, I was all about it until dudes started backdooring real hard here in Dallas, man. Like dudes just start backdooring, and then we don't have a designated sneaker spot. You know, Century. No disrespect, Century's all right, but they don't really have a lot of exclusive stuff. Like like Politics just moved here. Politics got a lot of dope stuff, and it was in Austin. You know,
I'm the one
it
like
was out.
Greenville.
No, not Laboratory. Laboratory resale. Politics is actually Nike. Nike and Adidas actually extend their brand to them and do exclusives with them. Almost like sneakers and stuff, like in LA and New York, sneakers and stuff is pretty dope. But or Nice Kicks in Austin as well. Nice Kicks is another dope spot. So that's why, like, once you start going Foot Locker and all that stuff, and people started just getting kind of notorious with the whole, I'm just gonna take 5 pairs out the batch, and then me, I'm 13 or 14. I'm already screwed because Nike don't ship that many off jump, so I'm pretty much screwed if you're gonna backdoor the rest of them. So.
See, and back in the day, y'all, I could wear a 7. So it was if I'm third in line, I'm good.
Oh yeah.
And now it's just like things have changed so much, and I can't wear a 7 no more either. I'm all the way up to an 8. That's another story for another day. But I just feel like, the sneakers, Michael Jordan didn't even want to be a part of Nike.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the overall history and you think about Magic had a shoe and other players had shoes, but here comes this kid in 84 who changes a whole sneaker game where 36 years later we're talking about sneakers. It's like it's a big deal. And when I look down and I see other people wearing sneakers, I'm almost like, why y'all had to get in on the sneaker culture? Like, we was doing just fine without all y'all getting in the way, taking my shoes, and all you chicks who didn't even wear sneakers. Like, it would be like 5 or 6 in the store. Yeah. Now everybody got on a 1. Everybody got on a 7. They wear them to work. You be like, you gonna just pull up at H-E-B in your sneakers? Man, okay, I guess
these people go to Walmart just to get fresh. I'm like, bro, I'm not putting my shoes on unless I'm going somewhere. That's me though.
I did that and messed up with my 3s. I put my 3s on one time to go to Walmart. Thought I was cute and lost my tag.
First of all, you was going to Walmart.
Or some
I was doing a bunch of errands, and I went into Walmart while running all my errands, and I had my tag on, and I lost it. And that's the only one that's first to last time I ever did that. I ain't did it since then.
Yeah, I mean, and then since quarantine, everybody's shoes should be fresh to death because you ain't had nowhere to go.
That's the part about even doing the sneaker game, man. Because doing quarantine, where you going? Well, if you had sense, some people ain't got no sense out here. I ain't gonna even frown on that, but
a lot of people still free.
Yeah, I wasn't going out. You called me out, I was on my way from work or going to work.
Right. Well, I tried it this weekend, and I'm still about to stay in my house because it's too many. I mean, it's not safe. I ain't here for it. And I won't, like you said, I got shoes and clothes that ain't never been worn. Ain't nobody ever seen them. We should be good to go. But March is a heavy sneaker month. If you're following sneakers, there are a lot of ones dropping. I feel like there's a pair dropping this week.
Hope ain't no pushbacks.
Let's see. There's a couple of pair, and I try to get into drawings too because, StockX is a nice little penny. Like, you can do a few things if you can get a few pair. So the Air Jordan 3 Midnight Navy comes out. That's the next drop. Y'all, my phone is acting crazy.
Are we going to break in, Kaylin?
We can go to break. There's a Kobe All Star that's coming out also,
Well,
and that comes out on April 15th. So, what?
It's
Well, yeah, I'm about to go to. You could take us to break, Mr. Shaw.
Well, everybody out there, pull up fans. We are finna take a break. You don't understand breaks. I do. You got to pay some bills. You got to let the sponsors talk. We'll be back. Pull up.
This is what it feels like.
Oh, he's off now?
I guess so.
I saw a picture.
Nah, he there. He there.
Come here.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. All right, y'all, let's get back into it.
Welcome back. It's your girl Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Shawtown Shaw.
And we got a special guest with us today, Chuck. Thank you for joining us, Chuck.
Thank y'all for having me.
No problem. On this segment, guys, we are going to go ahead and talk about Coming to America. Who had a chance to watch it this weekend?
Well, I was so busy. I watched the first 5 minutes.
I saw the whole thing.
It was action packed. It was not action packed, but it was character packed. Right? You had everything. You got Wesley in there. You had everything in there, right? You had up and coming artists, up and coming comedians, such as one of my faves. He's from Atlanta. His name Nav Green. It had a lot. It was big for the culture. It was monumental for the culture. Okay, it should have came out in Black History Month.
So, Chuck, what did you think?
I loved it. I mean, I see a lot of negative comments. Like, I mean, it's 30 years, man. We got to celebrate that. You know, Eddie and Arsenio still able to do it. I'm happy to see that. Like, they still pulled the load and played multiple characters, even new characters. I mean, the whole de-aging scene. Oh, I mean, I love that. You know, I mean, I loved it. I mean, was I going to give me the same impact from the first time around? Oh, hell no. Hell no. I didn't expect nothing like Friday. I didn't expect it to be nowhere near anything from the original. stuff because that got us all started in the first place. But
Mhm.
oh yeah, for a follow up, oh yeah.
I'm glad I watched it and didn't take the comments of Facebook because everybody's a movie critic that can't write a movie.
Thank you.
You know, it bothers me, especially like in black film groups, that you hear all of this conversation. It is not 19. What year did the original movie come out?
89.
89. It's not 1989. It's 2021. So in order for them to be able to bring back a storyline that made sense, that had a beginning, a middle, and the end, and for most of the original, almost all of the original characters to be present, as you said, I was like, John Amos and them are old. Like James Earl Jones, like to do 12 hours on a set is big. And as you said, Eddie and Arsenio are close to 60. So we didn't get it. We got a quality movie with a lot of talent, and that's what they wanted to do.
My thing is, what did y'all expect? What did you expect from the movie? You expected it to hit the. You wanted sexual chocolate all over. Like, what did you expect?
I mean, he was there.
No, I'm saying, what did you expect from the movie? What you expected Friday After Next, right? When we talk about a movie it's 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, Eddie don't tell jokes the same way he told in 89.
Yeah.
Eddie in 89 was raw and uncut. Since that time, Eddie had been to Disney, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, like, what are you? And my thing is, like, people, it wasn't as good as the first one. You really thought it was gonna be? You thought it was gonna hit the same way? It's been 30 years.
Go ahead.
The fact that we were able to bring so many African Americans in for the culture, I feel like it's a win. And
they're gonna watch it. The new generation is gonna watch it the same way that we watched the original Coming to America, because
the new
it's more.
Probably ain't seen Coming to America.
Well, I saw a lot of people's parents were like going back and rewatching it with their younger kids. So I saw that, and then the ones that are mid-age, they'll come around to it. But it was more relevant for today. Like, I just never know what people want in a follow-up movie, and we're like the only group of people that don't understand that series and universes is what really gets people paid. So you got your original, and now people are streaming the original, which means everybody in that cast is getting money. If their royalty deals were set up properly, they're getting paid off of the first movie, and now they got another movie, and they can continue to get paid off of the movie. Like, that's how sequels and universes go. The Fast and Furious is at like 9. I mean, we still watching cars race.
9 too many. 9 too many.
But people are still doing what?
9 too many? People still
9 too many.
Look,
I was off that train and The Rock flexed his muscle and broke his cast. I was done then.
I haven't seen Hobbs versus Shaw. I just seen some of it. I like it. It seemed like it's pretty interesting. Like,
I mean, it's a popcorn movie. Like, I have to, like, all right, they're not in real life. They're closer to Marvel in DC. That's why you gotta just, all right, let me just not.
The moment where Vin Diesel was flying in the car and they had no wings, I said, come on, y'all doing
Yeah, like, come on, man.
And I was watching the movie like, I'm intrigued, but this is not real. Fast and Furious 1, everything was realistic. They could have robbed those things like that. But there was a point where y'all was flying cars through the air strapped now.
And that's what I'm saying about Coming to America, right? Fast and Furious 1 looks nothing like 9. Or whatever is coming out in 2020 because it was delayed in 2021. And it's going to, if the movie theaters open up, it's going to sell out.
Oh, yeah.
And Coming to America, uncontrary to what people wanted to say, had it been in the movie theaters this weekend, it was going to sell out. I'm waiting to see Amazon's numbers. I'm sure they look amazing.
Yeah.
So,
if
you're not a writer, you're not a producer, I don't think people understand it is, you can't do the exact same thing.
Well, look, let me say this.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
What would they produce? Everybody got an idea. What would you produce? What would your quality of work be? What would your storyline be? How would it?
We see it every day on Facebook or social media. Shit.
But they'll be the good scores because they unscripted. See, it's a lot easier to write a great unscripted story than a scripted story. First of all, you got to make sure that you're using the right scenes. Like, okay, intro to Act 1, intro to Act 2, like setting it up. And then as Mr. Shaw just said, like Shaw just said, you got to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. The movie at least had a beginning, a middle, in the end. You know, I
And
love
it never
Tyler Perry.
drugged.
It never drug. It never got slow. It was fluid. It was, you know, are we looking for life-changing lines? I mean, if you want things that are powerful, go watch Judas and the Messiah. Like, I just don't. I think that we need to understand that Coming to America is comedy. We got comedy. We got all of the best actors that, you know. I mean, we were missing what, Cedric the Entertainer and Steve Harvey, like D.L. Hughley. Like, what else did you want? You got comedy. You got comedians playing comedy roles.
When they brought back Chris, man, what's his name? Is it Chris Anderson? The white comedian that said he's on fries?
Yes.
They brought him back. I was like, whoa, that's fan service right there. You really I like
gave the people a little bit of
Farley
this.
that's crazy.
Yes.
Louis, and his name Louis Armstrong, not Louis.
Or maybe Louis, like, cause he did Life with Louis.
Yeah,
that was him. I can't remember his name. Well, like, that's how old it was. It was like, dang, like
he had a whole cartoon.
Yeah.
So we gave you comedy. We gave you a flashback. Like, even if you hadn't seen the first one, you weren't completely lost on what was going on. They flashed you back, which is how we do new TV. We do flashbacks.
The first one, you wasn't living, dog.
Yeah, honestly, like, you don't watch the first Coming to America.
Well, there are a lot of people that haven't watched a lot of things.
I can't be in that. I didn't see. Y'all probably gonna be like, wow. I never seen Menace to Society until I got to college.
I watched it. My senior in high school, I watched it every day.
Yeah, I ain't never seen it. You know,
well, there was a lot of stuff that I hadn't seen till I got to college, though.
So,
but that's what college is for, right? So people that are our age, if you haven't seen Coming to America and you got any streaming services or you got a Fire Stick, shame on you, right?
Or you got an uncle,
an auntie. You done been to black college. That's another reason why y'all need to go to the HBCU, right? Because at the HBCU, you watch black stuff. Like, you watch movies because there's nothing else to do. Now these kids got bowling alleys and swimming pools and stuff. Maybe they do, but you can't tell me it's that much to do on the yard on a Monday.
I mean, all we did was just back to back.
Watch movies. Like, it's, you know, once the lunchroom is closed, and I'm sure everything at Prairie View still closes at 10. Like, what are you doing from 10 to 6?
Oh yeah, you know it do.
You know, that's why you send your kids to the HBCU so they can watch movies like Coming to America.
I was kind of bad last night. Watched the All-Star game and when Prairie View will get mentioned.
Well, they did because the young man won the scholarship.
I saw that. I'm just saying, like, on the big stage, they always kept like, "Oh, it's Clark, it's FAMU."
Yeah, but we're not United Negro College Fund. So we don't get to, you know, because we're a state-supported institution. We're not United Negro College Fund. But Chris Paul had the jacket he wore to the game representing with all the HBCUs on. He started a great program over at Winston-Salem State. Like, he would mix in with Harvard. You know, Steph Curry has started the golf team. He's funding the golf team at Howard. And, you know, Dr. Simmons has started her own race relations program. So shout out to Prairie View A&M University during Black History Month. Y'all give y'all 1876 to the university. Send your donations. Check with your companies. They do donation matches. So make sure your company donation matches. But you guys, so with Coming to America, right? What are some other black movies that, some of your other favorite black movies that you would like to see remade or not remade? Chuck, you can go first. Give me two.
Remade?
Two?
Yeah, two movies that you would either like to see remade or like wonder how it ended. Like, it ended, but could there be a sequel?
I got a few. What you said, two? Last Dragon is up there. The Last Dragon needs to be, you got to see it. The Last Dragon probably needs to be remade or sequeled out. There's a few movies. One, so I'll stay in the kind of like the action genre. I would like to have seen a sequel to Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg. I think that would probably be a good one. And my all-time favorite, Strictly Business. Strictly Business need to be updated.
Okay. Mrs. Shaw?
Life, like a sequel. You know what I'm saying? Like
What they did
you know what I'm saying? When
afterwards.
they got what Ray and Claw did after they was they got free. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Did they ever get back? Did Mr. New York City ever get back to New York City?
Well, they went to the baseball game.
Yeah, it ended with them at the baseball game.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But
So,
what they did there.
you know what I'm saying? Like what happened after? Like the word had changed. They had been locked up since the 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like they didn't know what freedom looked like. They didn't have freedom. You know what I'm saying? So that's one. Let me see. Autumn Nights. I know I keep picking Eddie Murphy movies, but Eddie Murphy was Black history. Like you don't have Black history in comedy without Eddie Murphy. And I don't think a lot of people realize. Like boom, Richard Pryor was the first one, right? Then we had the Kings of Comedy, but before the Kings of Comedy, it was Eddie. And I feel like
Red
a lot of
Fox. They were comedians, but I agree with you. Eddie is
again, nothing against none of them, right? Nothing against none of them. But again, like until last night, I thought Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player ever. It's LeBron James. No question of that. Michael Jordan ain't never have to face Avengers. Okay, he never. He LeBron James is so powerful that the Avengers had to team up. Captain America, Iron Man, Thor.
Can I comment on this?
Go ahead.
Can I comment on this? All right. Now, I'm with you, Cliff. And a lot of people always used to get mad at me. There's only been 5 players in the history of the NBA that drug trash in the finals. LeBron James is one of them. Allen Iverson, Dwight Howard, drug trash. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn what anybody said. They drug some trash. And usually you lose when you drag trash. LeBron's the only one that drug trash 5 consecutive times and won once. When he won at Cleveland, I was like, yo, you got to be putting the GOAT conversation now.
Well, since
simple.
So since we've gotten off Coming to America and y'all decided to go to the All-Star game.
I'm sorry. I was going to
try to let them make it. Please tell me how Kevin Durant picked that team. Am I the only one who was like, how did you, like, because it wasn't like LeBron got to look at the roster and choose everybody first. Y'all went every other person. How did Kevin Durant end up with, as Cliff say, that was the Avengers team last night. How did you allow LeBron James to end up with that roster? How did you let him get Dame and Steph? You still mad at Steph because you out of Oakland?
Yeah, that's all pettiness. Did he try to get all his partners? I'm gonna get James
Chris Paul. You mad at Chris Paul because Chris Paul is LeBron partner? Like, and that team was like 30 plus. Let's talk about it. They had all the little guys. they had all the little guys that stars in the league, and they're 30 plus.
Had all the white boys.
Yeah, how did you let LeBron put together that team? Like, I told LeBron not throw it back. Y'all know how it is. Like when you pick your team and you look up in 3-on-3 or 5-on-5, you be like, "Nah, run that back. We gotta repick, shoot again. I can't play with these guys."
I know. That's when you throw the dominoes back up. Y'all gotta watch.
You throw it back out. I was like, I got 6 doubles. I got all the doubles. Like,
you tripping?
You gonna let Dame and Steph be on the team with LeBron?
You tripping?
And Chris Paul? I just don't understand. I mean, I understand that Kyrie is your friend, and I understand James Harden is your friend, but you know James Harden don't play no defense in the regular season. I'd be like, you picked up. You know, he just be there sometimes.
Don't play full games. What are we talking about? Vucek? Really? Donovan Mitchell was probably the only one he got that made sense, but that was at the end. He should have got Rudy first. He should have got Rudy.
Did Devin Booker even play last night?
No, he got hurt. Play. He got hurt.
Yeah, that's gonna be his speech right there.
Mike Conley took his spot.
And Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons also got COVID, so they was on COVID list. So
and then there was no Anthony Davis. So just look at what LeBron had, as you said. So think about what LeBron would look like with a point guard like Chris Paul, or being able to play with a shooter like Steph Curry. That's facts. And I am a Jordan Kobe girl. You can't tell me no different. But you gotta give LeBron credit where credit is due. LeBron is in season 18.
And I always say GOATs go by eras too. So I mean I can't really just phase out what Kobe did and what Jordan did.
I agree.
No. Me and my partner came up with it last week. This is the first time I heard them pull up first. They're generational GOATs, right?
Yeah.
The GOAT.
I said they would rap, singing.
Yeah, generational. Everything.
Because you just don't go back and erase they greatness, right? You can't disregard.
So
each of them
had said that all them brilliant minds on ESPN, and they had, because they still having a GOAT debate. That's why I need to get there. Y'all know what y'all talking about. It's generational.
Yeah, I can't sit here and say LeBron would have survived in the 80s because when you go dunk in the 80s, you was risking your life.
Right.
Because
your shoes.
So
he is.
He like Michael was cat quick, LeBron cat quick, but bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had a problem with Michael. So think about somebody that's bigger than Michael and just as fast as
Michael. They can handle the basketball.
You know what I'm saying? So it would certain players.
He was a more aggressive Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
But let's be real, right? While we say generational GOATs, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, we had these conversations. They would have been good in any generation that they played in.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody used to say that about LeBron. LeBron would have just been tougher. Like he wouldn't be as easy going because he had to scrap. That'd have been how he had always been playing. He would have adjusted to the game. Kobe
That's why
got
I feel
buckets.
disrespected when they just run past Dirk. I was like, Dirk used to get his ass kicked, but he was able to adjust and dominate in that era and come to the new era and still dominate. I'm like, why y'all just run past Dirk and Tim Duncan? Like, Dirk had to go against your boy, Kevin.
Yeah.
Tim.
David Robinson on the end.
Chris Webber when he was legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amari Stoudemire, like you can't see it. That's a prime example of this GOAT debate. Everybody just run past certain people, be like, all right, like it's not like LeBron, he had to go through the Pistons. Mm-hmm. He had to go through Orlando. Like I said, Dwight Howard had to drag trash, but Dwight Howard wasn't trash.
And people forget about that, right? Because he had that bad. He went to the Lakers. He had the bad seasons in LA, and everybody just disregarded him. As you said, they forgot that he had drug trash, and you that wears you down, right? Yeah. It's only so much pounding, and that's why I say LeBron James, his regiment, because you take so much abuse. You have to work harder. And we're seeing that in LA. We're seeing LeBron get rid of the basketball. He don't have to create buckets when Anthony Davis is on the court.
I mean, low key, he dragging trash again.
I agree. There's some people. I thought LA could have done better.
Better in off season, they could have.
Yeah, I thought they let some pieces go, like that they, like the Dwight Howard. Rondo is hurt again.
But if you're gonna go get Andre Drummond, that improves you a lot because you can't stop nothing right now. But again, scoring is always good. You gotta get rid of Kyle Kuzma. Well, he don't got no value. So
he's just a pretty boy, man. He built for the gram. That's all it is.
And some days he can get you baskets. But he can't create his own shot.
He needs to be in Atlanta, D.C., H-Town, Chicago. He needs to be somewhere he can make his brand do something without we need a championship. If he was on LAC, it might work. But
you think so? I just don't think he's that good.
No, I'm just saying he's not that good. I'm not saying. I'm saying it'll work like, ooh, look at him. He's cool. Kind of like we got Bobby here in Dallas. Bobby is – I love Bowie, but he is trash. He ain't gonna do nothing. But it's just a fact of the matter that he's the glue to keep Dallas together because Dallas like to see that buffoonery clown stuff every once in a while. That's Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is the guy that gets the girls in the seats and he keeps the fashion shit going, and that's about it. He ain't gonna do nothing else. He gonna maybe get you about 8 points. I can do that now.
You think so? You can get 8 points in the NBA?
Oh, foul line. Yeah, I'd be a free throw shooting motherfucking shit, but other than that, no. I'm pump fake Chuck. That's all I am.
I agree. Kyle Kuzma is a waste of space.
You muted yourself, Candy.
It's better off for the both of us.
Mr. Shaw, you gonna quit coming for me today, okay? Because you remember I was muted, but I can still hear you.
I see.
You know what? I got you though. I got you because you got great things coming your way. You got a whole second version of me in your life. It is going to be amazing. This is going to be an amazing 18 years.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
It's going to be amazing.
We'll be sitting there getting ignored.
See how it works for you. See how it works for you.
Oh, my God.
But anyway,
get ignored.
we are midway through the NBA season now. We are at the midpoint because it is after All-Star break. Who do you have out of the Western Conference in the finals?
Me?
Yeah. Start with Chuck.
Controversial pick. Just because how the trade deadline, everything is going to line up. I go for chemistry and synergy. I don't think the Lakers are going to have it this year. I think Utah actually may come out the West this year.
So you think Utah will beat LA to get there, to beat the Lakers to get there?
Yeah, because AD is a question mark when he's going to come back. And then LeBron, I don't think LeBron really want to drag no more trash. He's too old for that. I know I don't want to drag no trash at my age. So he getting paid millions of dollars. I know he damn sure don't want to drag no trash. He got Space Jam coming out this summer. Why the hell I'm finna sit here? I'm finna go drag this trash through June again and prove a point. Ain't no point to prove. So I just think Utah just put together really well. They don't have to add any pieces, and then they don't have to try to figure out the chemistry with those pieces. So I think Utah may be the best bet to come out of the West.
And Mr. Shaw?
I'm still on the Lakers. I still feel like the Lakers have what it takes, you know what I'm saying, to be that team to get over the hump. Like Chuck said, it's questions though. Like that team is trash minus AD.
Mm-hmm.
It's Wesley Matthews, Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder is the only other piece that makes it a little.
That needs to stay healthy.
Right. But like you say, him and AD.
That's the two question marks. If LeBron got them too, no problem.
But as long as Rudy Gobert still play for the Jazz, ain't nothing to worry about. They got Donovan Mitchell. Mike Conley gonna nut up when you need him. Rudy Gobert can't get you 25 points. He really not that. He don't need to be on the All-Star team.
Yeah, he don't.
He can't get you 25. Shouldn't be on the All-Star. The All-Star games for people who can score 20+ points.
But he's like the new version of Mutombo. That's all he is. He's like a French Mutombo.
Yeah, you know the difference. Mutombo is Rudy Gobert will not be on TV 20 years from now. Slapping jeans with her. No, he won't. He look
be on Cops.
For what?
He look like he already smuggled in the damn coronavirus. So what the hell else you think he'll smuggle in?
Rudy Gobert look like a Muffet baby. We're not gonna be seeing him no more.
Yeah.
The All-Star Did you say he look like a Muffet?
That's a Muffet baby. One of the
eagle looking thing. I know. I said the same
it's
thing.
Like a borderline Muffet baby. Like it's a D-League Muffet baby. He don't really get much TV time with the Muffet, right?
Either that he gonna be wrestling.
Who?
He gonna be in WWF. One or two.
Man, pay anybody.
Well, it's WW time to go. It's officially time to go after y'all talking about he's gonna be wrestling. Y'all, this has been another episode of Pull Up where we got all the way off the topic. We went from Coming to America to the NBA All-Star Game. But hey, this is Pull Up the podcast where we talk sports news and hip hop culture. This is your girl Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Shawton Shaw K, the Fat Mom.
We have special guest Chuck in the building.
Hey, man, we gotta do it again. I love it.
Until next week, guys.
Pull up.
We out.